So I want to expand a little bit on um, this concept, this idea that I've been really wrestling with um, for weeks now, maybe even months to be realistic. And it's this idea that you hear atheists say, well, you don't need a God to be moral. Okay, let's test that. So if there is no God and we're all just a a biological accident, we're just meat bags going really fast in space. We're just animated matter and material that is just bumping into other pieces of matter and material. So, what exactly, from a moral perspective, not a functional, not a mechanical perspective, but a moral one, why can't one bag of meat kill another bag of meat? What is wrong about that? We don't we don't put animals on trial for killing other animals because that's just what they do. Yet, if we are to believe the axiom that we're just an accident and we behave and act out as though that is true, if someone has something that I want and I have the means to take that from them, why is that wrong? There's no epistemological basis or foundation to make a truth or moral claim that says that no, that's wrong. You might be able to give some utilitarian argument for, oh, well, it hurts everyone else, and by it hurting everyone else, it also hurts you too, because we all share the planet. That's a utilitarian argument. That's not a moral one. Again, because those arguments are outcome based and they are based. Okay, so because material conditions are such, uh, let's just say, because I feel like I'm being deprived of material, and other people have the material that I want, and I have the means to procure it, why not do it? What is wrong with stealing? If they have it and I want it and I have the means to do so, what makes it wrong? From a utilitarian perspective, you can justify, you can rationalize, well, you're getting material so you can give it to your family, and by materially benefiting your family, you're benefiting yourself. You can make that sort of ad hoc justification for that position. And if you don't believe that you shouldn't steal from somebody because that person is made in God's image, just as you are, so by stealing from that person, I'm stealing from God. So, but if you subscribe to evolution, or your worldview is fundamentally materialist, I mean, what is the moral imperative to either refrain from stealing or killing? Where is the ought? You can give me anecdotes. Well, it's bad because of X, Y, and Z, but that's, again, you're dealing with the material. I'm asking you to deal with the spiritual component of it. And spiritual, if you're not a theist, the spiritual is just thought, it's ideas. Hegel's phenomenology of spirit. Spirit is identified as just anything non-material. So morals would be considered, and ethics would be considered spiritual by the secularist and the theist alike. So other minds have attempted to answer this question, the most famous being Immanuel Kant with his deontology. Created something, it's like he created something called the categorical imperative, which is basically the golden rule, but it's based purely in reason and rationality. It's not out of a moral compulsion, compulsion. But what Kant failed to, I mean, maybe he did anticipate or maybe he didn't. I'd have to do more research on it, but every single person has a different capacity for reason. We can reason ourselves in and out of just about everything. If you take Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, for example, Raskolnikov, because he believed that he was morally correct. Here's an angry old woman that no one likes. She's got a bunch of money. My family's suffering. I could use that money to help my family. No one likes her anyways. What's preventing me? So we can fall into that trap, which Dostoevsky brilliantly steel-manned that entire argument. Gave Raskolnikov every advantage. He was good looking. He was educated. He was talented, smart. His mom and his sister were just perfect victims. The mother was sick, and his sister was marrying somebody who she was just marrying him for the money because they were that destitute. So she was going to get stuck in a happyless, a miserable marriage. And in those situations, we can justify all sorts of things, achieve material ends. So if there is not a spiritual component that refrains you, that says, no, that thing is wrong, no matter how much you believe it to be right, it's not. Because you don't make right. Right and wrong has already been established. And unless you subscribe to that, you can fall into this trap where, no, I don't need a God to be moral. People that say that have 2,000 years of Christianity to build upon. So if you say something is right or wrong, you can't make that argument unless you ultimately or invariably have to appeal to the Christian ethic. Because it's the Christian ethic that says, no, stealing is wrong. Even if they have something that you really, really want, and that it would immediately benefit you, and gross and seemingly from the rationalist perspective that the world would be better off if this person didn't exist. Well, that's not up to you. Until you understand that, not just intellectually, but you understand it in your heart, then you understand what morality is. Morality is not something that you created. It was here before you, long before you, and it will be here after you. So I just wanted to expand on that a little bit because maybe, it wasn't quite clear, or I just thought there was just more information that I wanted to give. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that you can be moral without a deity or some sort of theology? Is there a moral framework that you believe is superior to the Christian one? Let me know. Tell me. All right, thank you.